guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the hashtag eyeshadow tag. Anyway, I know I'm silly. I started this like 3 times and I'm having trouble with my camera, so fingers crossed this works. Okay, we're just gonna get right into it. What is your oldest palette? Now, this here is Tarte. And this is Graveyard Girl's palette that she did with Tarte, and that is it there. You can see it's got plenty of use. The only one I didn't really use was this bronzer. It's not really so kind of orangey. This is like 80s orange right there. That is like not me. Back then, that was kind of the bronzer tone, but this stuff is still really pigmented. It is kind of old. It came out in, let's see, does it tell you on it? I know it was June of 2016, I believe. It doesn't tell you on the back. Anyway, that is it there. That's the Tarte from Graveyard Girl collaboration. Now, the newest palette. Now, I consider the newest palette that I've actually bought and have in-house, and that is the Bloodlust. If you don't know what palette this is by looking at it, this is the Bloodlust from Jeffree Star. And I get so much wear out of this guy here. For being fairly new, I mean, these tones right here, I've been kind of playing around with that black with the glitter in it. It's kind of cool. But these purples, especially that guy there, is so pretty. But that is my newest palette. Now, let's see. My least expensive and my most expensive palettes. Let's go right in here. My least expensive is this Bye Bye Birdie, because I got this from ColourPop, of course. It's such a beautiful palette. I don't like the pressed glitters though, but who does? My favorite color in here is this one here. That is so stinking pretty. I use that all the time. But I got this, I believe, with Ulta points. And I don't think I paid but maybe a couple of dollars for it. And that is my least expensive. Now my most expensive. Big surprise here, guys. My most expensive palette. It was kind of a tie because I have a few by Pat McGrath. And that is the Divine Rose palette. That's it there. I have gotten some use out of it. Now, if you guys haven't checked these out, that's so pretty. It's very close to that color I just put out, but it's more pinky. But look at that guy. The special shades in here are so stinking pretty. The special shades are always these ones at the end. I might as well just go ahead and show you them all. We've got that one there and that one there. It's hard to kind of show with my arm flipped backwards, but that is, it's tied for my most expensive palette because I do have, I believe, 3 in that size from Pat McGrath. Now, let's go on to my, let's see, most expensive everyday palette. Now, my everyday palette has got to be Laura Lee Los Angeles. That's this guy here, Nudie Patootie. That is like the go-to everyday nudie palette. And my most colorful palette, that is easy. My Be Perfect Carnival XL palette. This thing, oh my god, you want to talk about color? If you like color, I mean, for a palette to go from that to that, that's color. Those two colors are like amazing. This thing has like really, if you want something that's got like some really gorgeous tones in it and all the way, all over the spectrum. I mean, it's got something a little bit of everywhere and it's beautiful pigmentation. And you've got your highlighters right here on the side. That is my Be Perfect palette, the Stacey Marie palette from Be Perfect. Now we are going to my smallest palette. This was hard because I have a lot of like right around this size, but I figured smallest. Let's see, my smallest with the most amount of shades is what I did. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is an 8-band palette that is like, what, 2.5 inches long? And this is the Soleil palette from Viseart. And that was kind of a tie too because I have the other one that's like this. Now, my largest palette is a palette that I made, and it's the Gimme Glow Cosmetics. This is just the outer casing of it, and inside is all of the Lethal Cosmetics shades. I'm collecting all of the Lethal Cosmetic shades. If you haven't tried Lethal Cosmetics, they are amazing. They are, and I always go right to like certain shades that I know you guys, isn't that beautiful? That color right there is gorgeous. And their mattes are really beautiful too. And they've got a lot of colors that aren't like your typical. I'm going to go back to this color, but like these watermelon tones, and they've got a few different ones. They are so pretty. I'm running out of fingers here, but I mean, all over the spectrum in these. And this isn't even all of them. These are, I'm missing, I believe, like 2 more squares like this. I believe I'm missing maybe a few more because I think they came out with some more. But this is definitely my largest palette. Now, the one with the most memories. Now, it was kind of a tie for me between that Graveyard Girl palette because I was an absolute fan of her. She's what really got me into like colorful makeup. But I really got that palette. I saved up for that palette. I loved it. But the other one is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I wanted this palette so bad. And I had to wait and wait and wait and wait. It was so expensive. There it is there. I don't know why, but this color here is like my most popular color in that. I think it may have, no, that's that kind of iridescent. It's got kind of a weird iridescent gray to it. I've never seen a tone like that. There. Really pretty. For its day, this was like bright. I don't even remember when this one came out. This was kind of up there with my oldest palette too, because I think this came out in 2017 maybe. Not positive, but that definitely holds most memories for me because I searched around because it actually got discontinued before I got the money for it. And I looked around, searched around, and I finally found one and was able to get it. And unfortunately, I didn't use it as much as I wanted to, but I tried. Okay, what palette is worth the hype? I will definitely have to say the Jawbreaker is worth every darn bit of the hype. Look at that guy right there. My favorite, all-time favorite eyeshadow has got to be from him is these two right here, is Cotton Candy, Bite Me, and Snack. Those are my 3 Jeffree Star favorite colors, and I use those all the time together. And I love even taking that purple, the Bite Me color, and I will even put that in my crease. It is a beautiful color, but this was like, when I think of Jeffree Star, this is what I think of. When I think of colorful makeup, think of makeup, this is what I think of. I just think it is so pretty, and with the candy theme, it's just, you can't go wrong. Next up, we have, what palette do you feel is not worth the hype? All right, guys, don't get upset with me. I did not drink the Kool-Aid on this guy. Now, although I love the packaging, and I did get it because I'm a collector, as you guys see, I did not find this palette very anything. I just was blah. I think I've used, you can see most of mine are still stamped. I've used the white. I've used this Candy Floss color. I've used a lot. I've used, like I said, I've used this white and the hot pink and the purple, and that's really it. And I think I only used those, you know, just kind of in a whim when I wanted to try to see if the color would work. But this was like revolutionary packaging for its day. I thought this was the coolest packaging. It reminded me of a cassette tape. So I just had to have it. But I did not feel that was worth all the hype. Now, what do we have? We have 2 left. My favorite brand, favorite palette. My Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this darn Modern Renaissance palette. This is actually my second one. And if you've been watching me for any length of time, you will know that Vermeer is like, I love that color. I could bathe in that color. And this is my second one, palette just for that color. but this is my favorite palette and my favorite brand. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. The formula in the smaller palettes. I'm not a fan. I haven't really drank the Kool-Aid on the big ones. That's my new thing, drink the Kool-Aid. Anyway, guys, last but not least, your most used palette. Now, if you guys have been watching me for any length of time, you know exactly what I'm about to pull out. This guy here is Dose of Color, the ice cream palette, and you guys are probably so sick of hearing it. I have hit pan on almost 3 shades here. This one should be close too, but this is that, and this color here is like my go-to. That color right there is my go-to crease color right there. And then I love doing this color underneath, and then I love doing an all matte look, and I will take this color right here and I will put it on my lid. It's hard to see, but I built that up on my lid with that in the crease and that underneath. And that, guys, is it. That palette's kind of seen better days, hasn't it? I had to save up for this palette, and then once again I saved up for it, couldn't find it, and finally I found it, and I've been using it ever since. That's one palette that I keep right out here in the next to me if I ever just kind of just don't know what I want to do. I want to just throw some makeup on and I'm not really sure what I want to do, and I just kind of want to be comfortable with it. I grab this palette because even if I want like a natural kind of nudie kind of look, I've got these guys here. Even got that there for kind of a more natural look. And I've even got this dark brown matte. See these colors here, or like I showed you the other ones, you can go into these guys here and really add some color. See, that is like, to me, that is like the perfect palette for me. It's got a little bit of everything. But that is it, guys. That is the eyeshadow palette tag. And let me know below what you think of it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.